Did it a bit like so it's we ask of course him a lot more questions than
Of course,
we do to you, yeah. So don't be embarrassed or something.
I'm not.
Please.
He's not, he's getting used to it. He's been very good with it, and everybody's been very good with him.
All right, so the new album is about to be released. After all what happened after Rick's death and bringing in Richie Malone as a new guitarist, when did you get the idea to release new material?
At the beginning of
18.
18, just before, the manager kept asking me, the record company kept asking me, and I didn't want to do an album. I didn't want to be competing with Rick's legacy or Rick's what people think Rick was or wasn't. I just wasn't prepared to go for that. Everybody in the band wanted to do it, so I kind of agreed to do it as long as I chose the material and I produced. So therefore, anything that's wrong with it is my fault, and I was prepared to take that responsibility. Anything that goes wrong is my fault. And as soon as I mentioned that to John and Andrew, the first people I had to mention it to, out of respect, they were a bit funny at first, maybe for a few days, and then it was fine. Once we all started recording, it was fine. And I realised subsequently that John and Andrew, unlike myself, they liked somebody else to take their project and do it. They didn't necessarily want me to do it, but they like that when they do their own projects. I would rather handle my own project. So once we started recording and bringing the material together, I got really, really enthusiastic about the album. So very early on in 2018, although we were supposed to say, well, we might make an album, we might not, that bullshit that goes on with showbiz, I was very, very keen to make the album and to prove that we could do what we've done with the album. And so far, we're getting good response. But bear in mind, it's not released yet. And that's what's so funny with it. Great response, great reviews, but it's not out yet, so we don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have heard already three songs about this. Backbone, well, I think that's pre-release, and
Calmness of Slack, yeah.
Liberty Lane.
Liberty Lane. That's what you played live already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The last, and I think my opinion is they're very catchy. So.
The whole album's like that. I've been saying it all day, and then Richie remembers that that thing that we say things happen organically or naturally. The title came about naturally. The artwork worked beautifully. The band were getting on beautifully. The band, because of the negativity of some of the fans, are really galvanised, are very much a team. And I suppose that wouldn't have happened unless we were attacked from outside, kind of. The fact that everyone keeps poking and saying they shouldn't, he's no good, he can't replace Rick, I shouldn't do it, John's a schmuck, that made us go like this and become a team. Therefore, the result is the album. Now, the negative people say, yeah, the album's shit, that's the result. I take the responsibility for that. The other people say, no, it's a really good album, that's the band. But again, people say it's fantastic. So he thinks it's shit, or she thinks it's shit. Status Quo, or no Status Quo fan. There are still people who just say, it's rubbish. And other people say, it's fantastic. Neither of those two is true. It's somewhere in the middle of that. You like it, fine. Doesn't mean it's fantastic. If you don't like it, doesn't mean it's shit. It's just music.
Right, so
Simple.
So I have to derive from this a bit.
Yeah, of course, I know.
So did you ever expect to be on a Quo album straight from the beginning? Then?
No, of course, because none of us, when I first joined, none of us thought, if you had said to us back in 2016 or even early 2017, we're going to do an album, but it wasn't on the cards. We were trying to get through the shows, and something special was happening during all the shows. So I would have never thought an album was on the cards until you start. The longer we're together as a band, like this is this band's first album, in my opinion. It's this lineup's first album.
Yes.
So as Francis said, all that build up and that connection that we all stuck together, that's been okay. Maybe it is possible. You start talking about it, and then once Francis started giving us the little hints, you start to get excited and go, okay, we still don't know it's going to be an album, but let's start writing and let's start doing our bits at home, and before you know it, it was done.
Well,
there
is the second question I was very interested. I know you wrote one song is on the album written by you.
Yeah.
Two actually. So how was it when you started to write the songs? you know, the legacy
Yeah.
of Coup. What did you have in mind? You were a Coup fan before, maybe. Oh, I have to write like this.
No.
I have to write that. It sounds like Coup. Or were you free to start with any song?
I kind of tried to do the opposite because I thought if I try to do that, it's just going to be, you know, dismissed straight away. It's just too like what has come before. So the song "Get Out of My Head" came out of frustration. I was trying to do something else, and I just sat down and just kind of did a shuffle type of a riff. And although it has that same quo formula to it, there was something still different. And when I sent it to Francis, he rang and he was like, you know, where are you have to come up with that? And I need to let you run with this on your own. I can't help you with this. You know, if you need to finish this off. And I tried my best with it, got it to a certain point, and then when Francis took over on it, it was, you know, it's incredible to see the track grow as every band member puts their own stamp on the track, from the demo to the finished product. So it's an extremely exciting process, but the finished article, I think, is, you know, you never would have thought it came out like that. So it was good.
Interested.
Yeah.
Still some days
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
Plus, you're singing on your own.
Yeah, and again, it was great to sing. So I know a lot of people would be probably wondering how come he's singing, but it's something that Francis wanted me to take the lead vocal on that, so I took the
Yes,
lead vocal.
you have a good voice. He has a good voice.
Right.
He has a better voice than myself or John Edwards or Andrew Bell. We have funny characterised voice. He just has a good voice. Little shit.
But you have to go back in, let's say, into your 40s or maybe